Hey there, this is Laquita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com, and thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. So today I am so excited. I have a sneak peek of some new product in the Celebration catalog that goes live on January 3rd. I'm going to share with you a project featuring the Party Pandas. This stamp set is so cute. You may have already started seeing projects on the internet using this stamp set. I love this set. I just love it. These little pandas are just too precious, and I just love how their bodies are doing so many different things, but their facial expression kind of stays the same. I think they're so cute. So this stamp set, I have it in the red rubber. So it's available in unmounted red rubber as well as the wood blocks. So this is a set that you can earn for free during Celebration if you spend $50 in my online Stampin' Up! Store. That's $50 before shipping and tax. So as long as you spend $50, you can choose this as a free item. These items that are in the Celebration catalog cannot be purchased just outright. So you would have to spend $50 on product available in my online Stampin' Up! Store, any product that you choose. And then this catalog, you can choose your free item. So this is one of those freebies, and I'm combining the Party Panda stamp set with the Confetti Celebrations stamp set. This is in the annual catalog, and the two just pair so nicely together. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what we're gonna make. All right, so I've got my supplies ready, and we're just gonna jump in and just start creating the card. And you can find all of the measurements and the supplies for today's project posted over on my blog post for this video. I've linked to that post just below the video in the description notes. So I've got a piece of watercolor paper here. We're going to do some watercoloring. That's something that I don't do often enough. So I've got a napkin here so that I can clean off my aqua painter as I go. I'm going to be using the aqua painters found in my online Stampin' Up! Store. There's actually two in a package. There's a smaller tip and a larger one. I'm going to use the larger tip. So first I'm going to bring in my Archival Basic Black ink pad, and we're going to stamp that little party panda with the hat on. So cute. So I'm just going to twist, twist, tap, tap, ink this up, and I'm going to start by stamping this little guy in the center. That way I know that I've got them lined up on my watercolor paper evenly. Now what you're going to notice is the panda is going to stamp sort of splotchy. You can see there because of the watercolor paper is very textured. So it's not really an even stamp. If that bothers you, you could use our shimmery white cardstock. You could use the glossy cardstock, or you could use just regular Whisper White or Whisper White Thick if you would prefer. I don't mind how this looks, actually. I kind of like it. Okay, let me stamp this little guy here. So yeah, so I'm just stamping 3 of these. Okay, just like that, so cute. And you know what, I'm gonna actually leave out my basic black. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp my sentiment. I'm stamping the Let's Celebrate from that Confetti Celebration stamp set. We'll just stamp that in the center, press and hold, and this is just a piece of Whisper White cardstock for that. So for our color palette for this card, we're using Flirty Flamingo, Peekaboo Peach, and Lemon Lime Twist. I thought this was a fun party combo. So I'm gonna start with my Lemon Lime Twist here. I've already got some ink here on the lid, and I actually used my re-inkers to add ink to the lid. So I just squeezed 1 drop to the lid. If you do not have the re-inkers, you can simply close your ink pad and squeeze it really firm, and it will press ink onto the lid. So you can do that if you don't have the re-inkers. That's totally fine. So I'm just going to use my aqua painter to squeeze a little bit of water and pick up this color here. Okay, and then I'm just going to spread it all over my little panda. Very easy watercoloring, nothing too fancy. If you would like the color a little bit darker, you could do that. Add a little bit more ink to it. I kind of am happy with just that. So I'm just going to rub this off and go to my next color. So now I'm coming in with that Flirty Flamingo, And I'm just gonna do the same thing, squeeze a little water in the lid, pick up some of this Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just going to wash it over the top of my panda. Spread it out, and I don't mind if it bumps into that lemon lime twist. I'm fine with that. Okay, easy peasy, clean that off. And then lastly, Peekaboo Peach. I love how easy this watercoloring is. Very easy, nothing too fancy. Okay, just squeeze a little bit of ink in the lid, and then I'm just going to wash this right over my little panda. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, so I'm finished with my aqua painter. I'm just gonna put that away, but I'm gonna bring in my Wink of Stella. This is the clear Wink of Stella, and I wanna hit these little pandas while they're still a little bit damp. I'm just going to brush a little bit of that Wink of Stella over the top, just to add a little bit of shimmer. Okay, so now this is what I have. Let me see if you can kind of catch that Stella. I don't know if you can really see that. But what I'm going to do, this is pretty wet, so I'm actually, you could just let this naturally air dry, but to speed up the process for the video, I'm going to go ahead and hit this with my Stampin' Up! Heat tool to dry it really quickly. Alright, so that is nice and dry, and let me see if you can see that Wink of Stella shimmer now. Hopefully you can see that. I can't tell if it's picking it up in the camera, but there's a nice little shimmer happening here. Very cute. So now I'm going to bring in some of this Peekaboo Peach striped grosgrain ribbon. I'm just going to bring this in and put this right along the bottom of my watercolor paper. I want it to be just beneath the feet of my little pandas. So right about there is where I'm going to put it. So I'll just clip a little bit of this off. Then I'm going to flip this over and just add a little bit of adhesive right here and wrap this around. So now I've got some of our, I think it's called Pattern Basics washi, or maybe this is Pick a Pattern washi. Yeah, I think it's Pick a Pattern washi. So I've got some of this. This is from the annual catalog. You get 5 different sizes of this. I'm going to take this really thin roll right here and just add this to the bottom of where that ribbon is. If I can find the beginning, here we go. So just take a little strip of this. This looks good. I'll just tear that off, and I'm just going to add it right beneath that ribbon. Alright, so I've just pressed that in really, really well, and that just ties in some of that black from those pandas. Alright, so since my cardstock is just a little bit warped from the watercoloring, I don't know if you can see that little bit of bend happening there. I wanted a really, really, really strong adhesive, so I just added a few strips of our Terran tape to the back of this to give this a nice hold on my card base. Alright, so I've got some Flirty Flamingo cardstock here for my card base, and I'm just going to go ahead and give that a crease with my bone folder. So there we go. Remember, all the measurements are on today's blog post. And then for this piece, I've gone ahead and taken the backings off of my Terran tape, and I'm just going to add this layer on about a quarter of an inch from the top fold of my card base. So right about there, I think should be good, and I'll just lay that down right about there. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring back my Let's Celebrate sentiment, and I'm just going to snip off some edges here on this sheet of dimensionals, and I'll just pop a strip right here across the top, and then one right here across the bottom, just like that, and we will add this on. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to line up the top of my sentiment with the top of my ribbon here. We'll just center that up. I think right about there looks good. Alright, so I've got another little sneak peek for you here. We're going to add a little bit more bling to our party pandas. So I'm using some of the new adhesive backed rhinestones. These are in the Tutti Frutti suite. So you've got this bright, bright pink color. It's gorgeous, this color. Then you've got this orange color here. Then there are, this one's kind of like an iridescent greenish color, and then you've got more of a lime green color, and then you've got this nice soft pale blue. Okay, these are gorgeous, and I love that they already have adhesive on them. So I'm going to use these three colors here, the lime, the orange color, and the bright pink. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to add the little lime one right down here. Then I'll do a little pink one over here, I think, right about there. And then we'll add a little orange. If I can pick it up, there we go, right about there. Okay. And then for the inside, I went ahead and stamped a piece of Whisper White cardstock with the Happy Birthday that is in that same confetti celebration stamp set. So we'll just pop this in the center. All right, so that finishes up this fun and quick little birthday card. I absolutely love this card. So we've got our Let's Celebrate on the front and then Happy Birthday on the inside. Very quick and easy there on that. So I've actually made 3 of these cute little cards, and then you know me, I had to also make some coordinating envelopes. So I went ahead and jazzed up my envelopes. I just used my Stampin' Write marker in Flirty Flamingo, Lemon Lime Twist, and Peekaboo Peach, scribbled that on the bottom left-hand corner of each envelope, and then I stamped that little panda on top of there just to kind of jazz up the front, and then I used some designer paper from the Pick a Pattern Designer Series paper stack to add a decorative flap as well. So I really love how this turned out. This would make a great gift set to give to someone, or just some quick fun cards to have on hand when a birthday comes along. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this sneak peek of the Party Pandas stamp set. Remember, this will be available beginning January 3rd, 2018 with a $50 purchase when the Celebration catalog goes live. So thanks again, you guys. I'll be back soon with another tutorial. You can find all of the measurements and supplies I used today over on my coordinating blog post at www.queedabughandmaids.com. Thanks, and I'll be back soon. Bye now.